Hello and welcome to Naija's Geeking Out, second take successful. This is episode 223. And yeah, we are here with Kex. Kex, how are you doing?
I'm good today. Very well, thank you. How about
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm good. And Dakpo, who is just back from bullying everybody here with food pictures from Nigeria. How are you doing?
Very good. And that's not bullying. That was just sharing my culinary experiences with you. That was what I was doing.
No
But,
problem. Kex,
glad
you're
to be
going
back.
in April, Abi.
Glad to be
I
back to the
am
land of.
for sure,
Mhm.
for sure. So
Mhm.
the revenge
Oh,
is too short now.
don't worry. If you go in April, if you share any stupid pictures, I'll share my pictures of peas and toast.
Yeah, but yeah, today how are you
Okay,
doing?
I'm good. Yes, so I'm ready for another episode of the podcast. And this week we have the finale of My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the latest episode of Invincible. And yes, some unexpected news we got today from DC and Marvel to kick things off. So yeah, kicking off, DC and Marvel have announced that this year they plan to do another crossover event.
Yes.
So, if you're not aware, they've done this about two or three times in the past. The last one being over 20 years ago, over 20 years ago now, in 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at the point, a few years, if you ask a few years ago, you will never hear these guys working together again because there was a lot of bad blood after
Yep.
the last crossover event. That the companies, either because of corporate infrastructures, they could not actually come together again to do something. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be getting a crossover titled DC slash Marvel from DC side, and then Marvel slash DC from the Marvel side. They don't have any firm plans yet. They don't have any creators attached yet to it. But
No,
what
they
are your
haven't
thoughts on
announced
it?
any. They haven't
They haven't
announced any.
announced yes any
They-
plans, any
they-
creators,
yeah.
what the story is going to be about, what the
Yeah.
style is going to be about. But yeah, that's okay. So what are your thoughts on this?
I don't. I'm not. I don't like it. I'm not enthusiastic at all. I'm not into because in my mind when I'm reading it automatically, I dismiss the book as not serious because it's
Mm,
out of continuity. It'll. I don't expect any of their adventures or shenanigans to be referred to later on in Justice League Unlimited or in the Avengers. Would they ever say, "Oh, remember that time that we met that we did this"? It won't have any repercussions. So it'll just be one fan service. You know, the way when we were younger, we'll be like, "Oh, imagine if John Wick met Rambo," and then you just do a comic book in your head. So it feels very much like that. And I don't mean to disrespect this guy because I actually rate him very highly and I like the guy personally. But it feels like something that Tom King would be very good at because he's very good at these. Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, sorry,
okay.
sorry, sorry, sorry,
Okay.
sorry. By your reaction, I was like, what did I say wrong? Tom Taylor. Yeah. All these like Elseworlds type
Injustice,
deceased
kind of, yeah.
or yeah, or what's it called? Vampire, DC
DC
Vampire.
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
Vampire.
It's the kind of thing that he would excel at, and it would be like a self-contained, interesting story, but don't dig into it too deeply. And some characters will be behaving out of order, out of whack. You can. It's a situation where you can see Superman being very arrogant, just because you're trying to move the story along. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. I don't think I'll enjoy it. I think I will read it, but like GLA meets King Kong, or
I
like
want to.
just genuinely that's
Yeah,
my
Mhm.
that's the
yeah,
way I'm going to read it.
yeah.
And it will be a nothing book in the end, is what I think. So okay,
Okay.
that's it.
And this is surprising because I remember at least the hype around whenever they announced DC and Marvel collaborations in the past. It was always this big mega
Of course,
event that people are
yes,
looking forward to, that all the fans are super excited about.
yes.
And now you are saying you don't have any of that excitement again.
No, 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 no. Because I think okay, so I genuinely think that I think I've been I think social media and a lot more of the a lot more of their products have come out. Like we have a lot of tie-ins, a lot of standalones. We have Harley Quinn doing her comic book. We have, you know, there's a lot more out there now, like almost like a glut of comic book and comic book
Mm.
associated or adjacent properties and things. So we are almost oversaturated. I think we've had a peek behind the curtain too much, and now we're like we've seen a lot of their flaws. So I don't think of them as infallible anymore. So when I was younger, I would be like, this was my jam. I was, I'll be like, yes, this is, because then they couldn't do any wrong. But now
Now you're
I've
all
seen a lot
jaded
of
and cynical.
they've tripped over themselves a lot, both in comic books, in TV series, in animation, in movies. So I'm like, okay, these guys are not infallible. It just depends on who they get to write it and how those guys are
Okay.
willing to collaborate. Like if you get me like somebody said Hickman and someone should do it.
Wait, hold on. Before we go into what we want for the details, I want to
Okay,
hear
okay,
Save
okay,
Darkbo's thoughts. Darkbo,
okay.
what do you think? Is it something you are excited for or not?
Am I excited for it? Yes, with a caveat.
Okay.
I'm old enough to have seen like 3 or 4 of these.
Very old from the beginning of time.
Now I read the first ever comic book that was written when it came out.
So every time I don't know what's so funny to these guys.
He was on papyrus. He was in school.
You reach my age one day. You young stuff.
All right. Go. Sorry.
To be honest, they've always been products of the eras.
Yeah.
And so it can be good and it can be bad and it can be meh. Now the 70s ones were really into the 70s the way they did it.
Yeah.
And I felt they were good enough for what they were doing then. You could see there was a lot of what they call editorial bargaining beforehand before they write these books. Certain people can't be a certain person. DC has to maintain a certain person as being number one. You get all of this, but you tend to get some good interactions, like a Batman versus Hawk. I will never forget when Hawk punched Superman across into diversity. Those little. But then Superman came back, and then now I'm ready. And then obviously Hawk couldn't move. So that was the 70s. The one I think it's the 90s. I think it's the worst of all of them. And this is the amalgam. And this is where they went for.
It's the worst.
So okay, before you let me just give a quick history overview of how many comics have done, how they've done it. So in the 70s was the first ever crossover between DC and Marvel, and this was just some short one-off issues here and there. Like Superman, it was first Superman and Spider-Man, and the first either with Lex Luthor, then with Doom and Parasite and Doctor Doom and Parasite, things like that.
Correct.
There was Batman versus Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Basically, Batman and Incredible versus the Joker, and weird stories like that. And then Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans in 1982. But the first proper crossover of both universes was in the 1990s, I think 1996, 7, I think. Yeah. So this was the Amalgam Comics, where they thought it was a big production where they announced that, we'll be doing one-off issues of Versus from, like, I think 12 issues in total, where one character versus one character would fight. And then for most of them, it was open to fan votes. Whoever you voted for won, while some were strictly editorial, so that they can maintain balance between the two houses. So those are the one-off issues that happened then. And then this led to the amalgam itself, where at the end of the one-off battles, they fused all these characters together into one. We had things like that Claw. I think that was Batman and Wolverine.
That was Batman and Wolverine. I remember very clearly. Yeah, Amalgam was 4 issues in that series. I had 3 and 4. So Wonder Woman, there was a Wonder Woman Storm.
And Storm, yeah.
There was Thor and I think it was Superman. I think it was Thor and
Was it
Superman.
Thor and Superman?
Was it not Thor and Shazam? Am I wrong?
Was it Thor and Shazam? I
Maybe.
think.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was Spider-Man and Superboy. It was Joker and Sabretooth. It was Batman and Captain America.
It was Superman and Captain America. I remember now. Superman and Captain America because it was Super Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Superman and Captain America, Batman and Wolverine,
Yes.
Deathshot and Deathstroke, obviously, and Bullseye. No, Deathstroke.
So
Deathshot
who did Thor merge with then?
I think it was Thor and wow, I can't.
Don't worry. You just go on. Let me see if I can.
Okay.
If you can find that.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was also a Thor and Superman. You are right. There was also a Thor and Superman afterward, but it was weird.
Okay, well, Thor Superman. Yeah, Thorel.
Thor, yeah, but they were different. Yeah, but those books were not it at all.
Oh, sorry. There was also something called a Thorion. Sorry, Thor and Orion from the New Gods.
Yeah.
Okay, New Gods, Asgard. Yeah. Okay, you can see where they went with that one. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so cool. This was like, oh, we are making all our similar characters together, that kind of thing. And then that happened. After that was now the last one in the 2000s, which was GLA versus Avengers. GLA / Avengers, where they got George Perez and Kurt Busiek to write this 4-issue story of the GLA going to the Avengers world to save their world, and the Avengers going to the GLA world to save their world, and interesting views on their characters and things like that. So yeah, that's how many comics we've had in this thing. But yeah, but back to you.
Yeah, so I mean, am I excited?
Yeah.
Not simply because they're crossing over. I need to know who's writing it.
Okay.
And because as I said before, Amalgam was absolute dire. It was terrible. Yes, people voted for the characters to win. There's one aspect to that because then it becomes a popularity vote. But the writing was just very bad, and then the combination of the characters. And I remember there was one character that they created who was meant going forward to be playing in both Marvel and DC, but that was quickly that never passed that year.
I wonder if that would work. I wonder if that would actually work if they had a character that.
That's almost relying on you two companies being in that friendly zone for longer for it to be a possibility. And then how do you coordinate?
Who has the editorial rights?
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but I always thought, how's this going to work? And it died very quickly. Let's put it that way. But the one in the 2000s, the Kirk Busiek one, I really enjoyed that a lot. It's my favorite of them all. If I look at where we are comic wise now, I'm thinking, are we in a place where Marvel are producing great comics, DC are producing great comics, and then this crossover can be done? I don't know. I mean, because they will use the current incarnations of all the characters, most likely. If what
they can do what they are doing now, where they have like the Ultimate Universe and the Absolute Universe.
I cannot think of how they're going to do it, because, like you said, they can go the Ultimate route versus the Ultimates and the what is
Absolute?
Like Absolute, yeah, exactly. They could do that. They could do the 616 / F0, yeah. They could do that. There's just so many places that they could take it. I can't think of what would work. To be honest, either way, it just seems so.
If you were to now, this is the point. If you were to write it, if you're the architect for this, how would you go about it?
That more.
If I was writing it, first of all, I don't want no alternate bullshit. I would want your current main universe character to meet.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would want. Even though I know it's something that's never going to be referenced ever again. And I can write that into the story in a way where we are in comics where it happens in a place. but I would want it to happen to the characters we're enjoying now. I don't want
Okay.
version of these characters that exist in isolation just purely for this book to be written. You know,
Okay.
so because and to me that's what's what that's what to us in a weird way that's what they've always done in these books.
Okay.
They've always
Yeah.
So let me ask. So
Go on.
to this
Okay.
point,
Yeah.
which characters would you use?
Oh, characters. Sorry, is that what you
Yes.
asked me today?
No.
I mean in
I'm building
general,
on what
yeah.
he said. I'm building on what he said.
Who would I pick? Right. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's someone has to you have to pick themselves. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman have to be in it.
So you would pick them.
Yes.
That's not what I said. I didn't say I didn't say they have to be there. Who would you pick?
Oh,
You would pick them.
Oh, personally.
Yes.
Okay. Thor's gonna be in it.
Of course. Who else?
Thor's gonna be in it.
Okay.
Cap for me. Basically, I pick my favorites. So for Marvel,
Yeah.
we're talking Thor, we're talking Cap. I'll wait enough. I want Daredevil in it.
Yes.
Also, wait, what you're picking the main characters from their universe or in their universe? Like, are you saying, oh, the main characters from this universe are going somewhere? Like,
No,
How
I'll
are
pick it. So, because Keke said, me personally,
Pick who you would
okay.
write. Who you would want.
Who
to
you would
see.
write?
Who you would write. Who you would write. Not what you
my
think will
favorite
happen.
characters I want to see.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What
So I'll
about
pick those. Which means for DC, I wouldn't have mentioned him before, but now I'll pick Captain Marvel, aka some other
Shazam.
things very much Shazam. I would pick him.
Okay, because of
I doubt anybody will pick him normally because Superman will be the one they will go for, and it'll be almost redundant to have him there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll pick him. I would pick him, man. I would pick Wally West. I will pick Guy Gardner.
Okay.
Yes. Funny enough, I would also pick Hal Jordan, but I'm only picking him because I plan to disgrace him.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's why doesn't have to go around bullying everybody, right? Bullying, just insulting. It's going to use as an excuse to go on a rant to insult characters he doesn't like.
But sorry,
Yes.
you gave me carte blanche with this all.
Yeah, I'm taking it back. Get,
Okay,
what about you? How would you go about it?
I would.
Do not pick him first. How do you go about the story? If you're given the architect role, that okay, you have all our characters, play with it, come up with a way to make this work.
I would do a standalone story that doesn't get pulled up again, and it would be. And unfortunately, my mind is going to like an incursion type.
Okay.
Like what?
An incursion type.
Yeah.
Two worlds are colliding, but okay, I have it.
Yes.
I will use Mixiplex. And he arrives in our world, or he goes exploring or something. And he arrives in our world, or him and Beyond have a bet.
You know what? Did you put my mind? When you said Mr. Pick, I thought surely for the Bible side, you have to be beyond that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then in that bet, we have it is how would the other people survive in that world kind of situation. But let me explain. This is good. This is the twist, and it's a bit weird. But you have to pick your champions and your villains from this world. And then here's the clincher now. Their bodies remain the same. So Superman's body will remain the same, but his mind will be taken over by a villain like Dr. Doom from the Marvel side. And then Dr. Doom's body is taken over by Clark Kent's mind. And then so the villains swap with the heroes of the other world and vice versa. So 5 for 5. So someone like Victor Von Doom will go to the body of Superman of Kal-El. Someone like let me see, Captain America will go into the body of
Batman.
Is a villain. No, Batman is a hero. I want to look for Deathstroke or something.
Okay.
But
okay,
people who are similar enough in abilities, but ideologically very different. So
Gotcha.
it's now a Superman in the DC world that has the mind of Victor Von Doom. How would he try to subjugate that world? And then you have the hero in that world acting like a villain, and then you have the villain in that world with the mind of a
Yeah.
hero, and Steve Rogers is there. Just something really weird like that, I think, is wild.
This is this is
Yeah,
interdimensional body
but
swapping.
interdimensional body swapping. Yeah,
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 that's
basically.
okay. That
Yeah,
would be interesting to
yeah.
look at. Yeah,
For a period of, I don't know, they'll do it for a period of however many of these things, and then see what, just,
yeah,
I don't know, just something different. I don't
yeah.
know.
For me, I have a different ball game for this. If it was take for this, if it was me, I'll
Yeah.
first take I'll first take give me the writers and your artists and the editors from both parties for 2 years. So
Okay.
the build up, first of all, like maybe you have Scott Snyder in DC writing a long, massive epic on his own side, and then an Hickman doing his own incursion on Marvel side, and they are
Okay.
completely separate events.
Okay.
That
Okay.
at the end of the event, you realize that it's a crossover. That I'm a big fan of that surprise. Like maybe the take Secret Wars, for example,
Okay.
that the Avengers are investigating the incursions on their own side, and
Yes.
they are
Yes.
doing all of that. What happened
Yes.
in the incursions when they run into the Superman? You take that out, but like at the very end of that particular run, you realize, oh, the final two worlds are the problems are actually the same that both
Okay.
authors are writing on both
Okay.
sides, and it's
Okay.
leading up to one gigantic crossover at the
So
end.
they will still have a crossover event.
Yes, but it will
Okay.
start off like
But
two
that's the lead up
different.
for like,
That's the
yeah, yeah.
that's the
It's
lead
like,
up to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like two
So
threads.
there, two threads. That for me, I think I would prefer if it's a Secret Wars battle world kind of thing, where
Okay.
you carry all these characters, you put them in a new universe, in a new situation that was merged. And if you think, I'm thinking like Flashpoint, where all these characters are inhabiting a new Earth, and
Yes.
they're all playing you've merged the world building together, and they're
Yeah.
all occupying slightly different roles, but they're still the same character. Like it's a world with Nick Fury and Amanda Waller heading Shield. Yeah, the mutants are running around there, and
Yes.
then Superman is running around there, and then you now have different art writers trying to explore what makes this world tick, how do these characters work in this particular setting. And then
Okay.
for me, it's then you can now give these writers maybe a Krakoa lifespan to write this universe and destroy it. Or
Krakow was like 4 years.
yeah, I mean that's my ideal world. Because
Okay.
what I really would want is like I would want a story that has a beginning and an end, and it's
Yeah.
epic enough that can be read. Even if you erase everything, you destroy everything at the end.
You know my biggest
It's
issue. It's not an issue. I don't have an issue.
yeah,
The biggest issue with that
yeah,
is the actual time it takes, and you're hoping that Marvel and DC can remain friendly and
Yeah.
for that
agree
long,
for 4
for that
years
long.
Yeah.
Yes,
to pull it
yes,
off.
It's a very
yeah.
long. It's a very long.
It's a very long timeline. Yes, that's
Yeah.
like that's why I said it's my
Yeah.
super ideal because I think those are the kind of comic I want to read now. I want to be able to take like a comic run
Yes.
of 20, 30 issues that has a
Yeah.
beginning and an end
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like those. I like
Yeah,
those. I mean, what
yeah,
would I do though if you get somebody like Scott and he's writing something like that perpetual nonsense that's we read
Yeah.
that
yeah,
time, and then you get stuck
yeah.
with like a story that is overly complicated
Keep
and
it. Yeah. But like
particularly
imagine Scott
interesting.
is doing something stupid death metal, whatever. And we realize it
Yes.
leads to an incursion. And then while Ipan was doing Secret Wars, and we realize it leads to a metal. And then it happens that the crossover, that's what happened. That the world's
I get
crossover
you.
at that
I get
point.
you.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
like because I think we've lost the element of surprise in comic books and medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
that can never work. Not in the world
Well,
we live in now.
we'll figure it out, or it will leak. We'll figure
It
it
will
out.
leak.
It's the era of social media. And the thing is, unfortunately, like you said today, there's something you
Yeah.
said which is very, very true. We've lost the element of surprise.
Yeah.
Even in trailers now, they show everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's
Like
yeah.
it would. Somebody was telling me recently, and they were reminiscing about the old days and trailers and stuff like that. They were like, "Do you know that they did not show any dinosaurs in the Jurassic
In-
Park trailer, the first one?
yeah.
They only showed the foot, like the
Oh,
foot of a
snap! Yeah,
dinosaur.
yeah,
It
okay.
did not show. The first time we saw it, we saw a dinosaur. It was in the movie
In the movie.
when
Yeah.
Alan was, looking at the
And it
Brontosaurus.
was a build up to that
Yeah,
scene.
that's
We've lost that.
Yeah.
Now they show everything, and you're like, that would have been
Yeah.
so much more impactful in
If
the
I'd seen it
movie.
first in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Why are
think,
you showing us Sentry?
yeah. Why?
Why are
Why
you showing
like
us
why is Sentry in the trailers
Sentry?
at
Why are
all?
you showing us Red Hawk?
For fun,
Don't show us Red Hawk.
like yeah, it's
But
annoying.
they want to sell toys. They want to sell
Marketing
merch.
knows market, yeah.
Exactly.
But
They literally want to sell these new popcorn holders now with the
yeah, with the logo
character. It's all just lame, and so the element of
yeah.
surprise is gone, and it hurts them in the long run.
A lot. What you said, it reminds me of what Ryan Reynolds said about Deadpool and Wolverine. That one of the initial ideas was that nobody would know it's Deadpool and Wolverine movie. That you go in expecting the first people to watch the movie will be going in expecting one very rubbish documentary or something like that, and they get surprised. Or they're going in to watch one very absurd movie and they get surprised that it's a Deadpool and
Yeah,
Wolverine movie.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's
It's
like I
it's the
want to
nature
be
of the beast. It's the nature of
it's
the
the nature
beast.
of the beast.
You know,
Yeah. But I want to
they-
be surprised again. Yeah.
I would love to be surprised again, but because and if you can't get it in comic books, I mean certainly not in movies because the studio has put in 200 plus million, and they're like, look, I cannot even guarantee, I cannot fathom a world that I don't make my money triple back. So put all the
Yeah.
marketing out, let people know, let them be hyped. I think they should try it
Yeah.
again in comic books. To be honest, I think they should try it again in comic books. But
Yeah. Yeah. And one other thing I was thinking about in comic book only announced yesterday. I don't know, I was watching a video and I may need to do a bit more research on this. That the biggest selling graphic novels in America, like DC and Marvel, make up less than 5% of this combined.
Yeah,
It's it's
why is that surprising you?
like it's
no,
surprising me
less
because
than
I
5%.
5% combined. So I need to double check those numbers. But like the biggest ones are all these cartoon, is it Bones? I think we make up almost 30%. And these are long running books by Scholastic House. So it's not even manga.
No, I need you to check this, please.
Yeah. Like I was shocked when I saw this news.
When you say graphic novels,
Yeah.
is this a factor of the fact that DC and Marvel graphic novels have already been read in single issue forms, and then hence you won't buy a graphic novel unless you're reading it for the first time in that form. You know what I'm trying to say? But
Yeah.
the example you gave from the other side, I don't know how it works for
Yeah.
them. Do they come up in graphic novel to start off with, and hence so I guess
I think it came up in that was I need to do a lot more.
Okay.
But I think they came up in single issues as well before they were collected together.
Right,
But I
okay.
would do some research on
Wow.
this.
Yeah,
But
please do.
yeah, because I'm like, okay. And one of the reasons they gave in the video was like, oh, it's because these books have beginning and end, and the way they were marketed, it was like, okay, this is, and they sell really well to students across America, and they are very big there. So I'm like,
I've never heard of this book you mentioned. If I'm being honest.
I've never heard of it before myself. Like that, I mean, I've heard of it in passing. I've seen some issues here and there, but it's not a book
Yeah.
I'll typically pick up to read.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's interesting. But yeah, okay. So
Fair enough.
that's that on DC Marvel. Once we hear more, we'll
So is this just a
report,
rumor? So this news, is it a rumor or is it confirmed news?
Oh,
confirmed, it's confirmed.
it was announced
It's
by the
very
editors
confirmed.
in chief of both of them.
Right,
Like
but
the joint
we have no
announced.
creators attached to it yet. We
Not
don't have.
yet.
No announcement
They haven't
of
told
creators.
us. I was reading online that it was even Gail Simone's Twitter account that made me know about this.
Aware of it,
It
yeah.
was like, man, who do I
Okay.
need to kill to get on this? So I know she's quite
Yeah.
keen to do it. So I think they have people, they've just not announced them yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have to have more news about
Hey, Red.
this.
Hey,
this
how's it going?
thing.
Am I
Yeah.
late?
Good.
No, like the
you're
American
regular.
you're on time.
You're regular.
I'm regular. I didn't say punctual. I said regular.
Regular. Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
we
just
are
talking
done with
about
the
it.
news.
Okay. So
Okay.
on to, do you want to do Spider-Man first or Invincible?
Let's do Invincible first. I think
Okay.
Spider-Man is a finale, so it deserves a bit more
Okay. Fair
meat
enough.
to his bone.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Invincible, the filler episode.
Another filler episode.
Yes, I think that's what I'm concerned. It's a
Oh,
filler.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Red, have you watched this?
Which one? Invincible?
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yes. So I just described that Invincible, the filler episode. Do you,
Yeah,
what do you
views?
think?
Remind me, what was this one about again?
You see,
They started the business and everything, right?
yeah, this was the one where they
Yeah,
started the
yeah,
business and all
yeah.
of that. Yeah.
And then they had
So yeah. So this episode, it brings back the Rockman from season one, I think, season 1 and 2. The low level criminals that took over the
Machine Head.
the guy that took over from
Oh, yeah,
Machine
yeah.
Head or
Yeah,
Machine
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Head.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Black
yeah,
guy.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, that black guy and his family. So it starts off with
Titan. I think it's
Titan.
Yeah.
Yes. So it starts off with him taking over, and then he's getting a lot of pushback from the Chinese triad that you need to break out multi duplicates, brother, multiple.
yeah.
Oh, is
Of
that
the
his name?
yeah.
Why do you call them a trad?
What?
Why do you say they're trad?
No, the Chinese guy is the head of their triad, but like it's the order. It's called the order.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah. So the Chinese guy is the triad. It's basically a giant invincible dragon. But yeah.
Okay.
So he goes to he tries to threaten this guy to bring them out, or he's going to replace him. And his right hand man warns him about that. That hey, guy, if you these guys can actually fuck you up, so you better do what they say. So what he just goes to the prison to try and break him out in a way to attract Invisible attraction to him, and then try and convince Invisible to work with him
Yeah.
to what's it called, to stop the triad from taking over.
But he's
And
already tricked Invincible in season 1, right?
yeah, and so he's
Yes.
basically trying to,
I
and
remember.
Invincible is all being stupid about, oh, you tricked
Yeah.
me. Why would I listen to you? Blah blah blah, and all of that.
Okay.
And then yeah, so what happens is, how did it even go again? The third guy goes to break out from the prison, multiple himself from the prison eventually. While this guy, the Titan, works with Machine Head because Machine Head comes back in this episode.
Yep.
So they work together against the triad boss
Yep.
to set him up. So because now the triad boss is a frail old man, and it transforms when it transforms, it doesn't transform when he vomits out a spiritual
It's
dragon.
cool or something.
When he projects,
Yeah.
It projected a dragon that is
Yeah.
a mythical creature, super strong. It can actually enjoy invisible. I think we're actually beginning to see this season a lot of creatures that can actually harm invisible. And it's even worse because this dragon, it heals back automatically because it's a mythical creature. It's very conceptual. So
Okay.
any injury dealt with by invincible heals, and invincible doesn't even have an idea where the physical body is. So the
Right.
plan was to lure the dragon and use Invincible as bait to fight the dragon, while Machine Head escapes from prison with the help of Isotope and goes to kill the man himself. So basically, Invincible is used as bait again in this particular episode by Titan. Yeah. Yeah. So it ends with Titan beating up Invincible. I mean, the dragon beating up his Invincible until
Yep.
Machine Head kills him. And then Titan placing Machine Head as the head of the order globally while leaving the city for himself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they make that kind of play that, oh, leave my city out of it. I'm taking over. This city is for me. You can manage the rest of the. So everybody wins except Invincible, obviously,
As usual.
as usual, as usual. But also on the B storyline is the story of this stupid child, Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah, and they try to.
This is a good story for him.
It's a good story, but like I'm like, I don't still like this kid.
I was scared. I was scared for those guys in the car park. I thought I was
Yes.
in the playground. I was like, "Oh, you're fucked up."
Yeah, like it was also some kids trying to bully him, and it's like, oh, there was a moment where we felt he was going to kill those people, and and I'm almost sure I can bet money on it that he knew Mark was there, and that's why he didn't do anything.
You
because
think? No, I don't
Oh,
think
and he
so.
knew Mark was there. You think
in
so?
New Mark was there. I 100% believe in New Mark
You
because
just
I have
don't
a
like.
very
You just don't
biased.
like.
I don't
You
like the
just don't
kid.
like
Yeah,
this kid. Okay.
I don't like the kid at all. So he's playing with his friend. He finally has some friends, and they're learning skateboard tricks in the park. And they're like, "Oh, don't use your powers. You need to learn to do it by yourself. Otherwise, there's no point in it." And then some older kids come to try and bully him that he's purple and all of that.
Yeah.
And then while Mark and Eve were looking for him, he now hide in the bushes, and Eve stops Mark from intervening. That
Yeah.
hey, he's a
Yeah.
kid, he can handle it. And then he shows his anger. Like this guy, Oliver already put his hand in the fist, and then instead of punching them, he just throws their trousers down. And
Fine.
they realize, oh, he has powers, and they run away. So like I said, in that particular moment where his fist had bunched up, I'm sure he noticed that Mark was in the garden watching him. And that's why he went for that trick, where he went for pulling the trousers down and killing those kids.
No, I'm
But
not sure. Well, we'll see.
okay, I just don't like the kid. So that's my point.
No, it's clear. It's clear you don't.
Yeah.
Because so I also go to Oliver here, and
Yeah.
is anything he's doing out of character for a child who has that perception of the world? I mean, an alien child who has had accelerated aging, who has had that kind of upbringing, where it's he's being brought up by his mom without a father figure. He has an older brother, and he's kind of almost. Is it out of character that one would have a child that's like, look, I'm super powerful. You're super powerful. Why are we
I
letting people
think
push us around?
I think is
Or because
was
he's a
it's
child, he just
not
comes out as
it's,
brass as opposed to
it's not his brattiness that annoys me about the character or that, yeah, it's the fact that it's callous disregard for life. And for a kid that his parents, his mom, let me put it this way, his mom comes from a culture where they value every moment and they realize how like they make their entire life count, no matter how small it was.
did he
He
get to
didn't go,
spend
no,
time?
he didn't go. Yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
spend time with them.
he
He
didn't get
only
to
grew up under Debbie. So
yes.
Debbie's another like he did. You can't tell me he knows his father or he had any influence from his father. He doesn't particularly, just memories. So his
Yeah,
entire
true.
parental childhood is his father. So, but this
True.
kid is one of those
True.
kids that has this very
I, I I get you. But today,
yeah.
in real world age, isn't Oliver like 2?
No, because it's his own age. They as they have accelerated
Remember,
aging.
they live one day and die the next. They grow
They,
up.
they live a day,
Yeah,
they grow
yeah,
old, they have their
Yes.
so
yeah,
that's why they are able to quickly rebuild. Their
yeah,
their entire lifespan
yeah.
is they
So
experience
so
everything
no,
super fast. Yeah.
so his experiences, everything that he's lived 2 years. He's just
No,
big for his
it's
age.
no, it's not big for his age. Is I think the way they do it is like the age he is right now, his mental development matches that
Yeah.
age, the way he looks. So it's not as if it's an
Yeah,
human
but
child that
it's
is
emotional I'm
aging.
talking about here. It's emotional
I'm
that
not
I'm even trying to get here.
emotional matches like it's emotional
I'm
is supposed to match
understanding.
the age he is because
Okay.
is world they live like that. So they experience the whole full breadth of emotional development in a very compressed time space.
Okay. Okay.
So that's it's supposed to match that. But yeah, I get your
No,
this thing
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Because I'm like, if he grew up in his world, if we are going to use his world, that sorry guys to digress, but if we're going to say that he grew
Mm,
up in his world, the
yeah.
culture there is a way that every second is preserved, every life is preserved. So it's a bit
No,
different here.
but an argument.
It's
So
just
can
genuinely
I, even
maybe a
that point,
perspective.
even that point of where it came from, I can argue the opposite of that. That is from like basically a colony of ants,
Yeah, they're kind
where also people people die quite often. Life is not that value as long as you're working towards it's a high
The
type
collective good
mind.
is more
Yeah,
valuable than
yeah. So
the
individuality, people you can get rid of them as long as you serve
No,
the main
but
cause.
but
Well,
let me be what do you call it now?
American.
Devil's advocate now.
Okay.
Tunde said careless disregard for life. Has he actually gone out to just kill anyone that wasn't a criminal?
Well, so okay. Can I make the point? Even in human history,
Yeah.
what he's doing in a period was not regarded
Well, not criminal. Yeah.
as
It's not. No,
guards.
I'm not saying. So don't say it's not that he's killing. What's this thing? Criminals. It's the way he's cold-blooded, rational about killing human beings. It wasn't self.
What's wrong with that? He's half human.
He's
He's not
a
even
he's
human.
a
He's not.
kid.
No,
He's a
actually,
kid
let's
making these
let's rewind.
decisions without the
Actually, let's rewind. He's not even human at all. His dad is not
and
human.
that's
His
what.
mom is not. So
So like this is like when people complain about that when Lex Luthor Dame types are complaining about Superman that Superman is going to be evil and all of that. This guy is proving the reason why they should be afraid of those kind of characters because this is a kid that you don't have the power to stop. He's going to get stronger, and he has this level of disregard, this level of sociopathic behavior
it's not.
for life.
What's sociopathic about it? He's logical
Yeah.
about it. He said
No.
when he killed the brothers. What did they ask Mark? So, but they're not going to do it again.
Even at that point, it was
Yes.
manipulating, like killing.
No, I
just like to
understand.
mark. Yeah,
I understand that. But the
Yeah.
point he made stands. He has permanently put a stop to the evil.
At what point? Then at what point does he decide that Cecil is evil and he needs to kill Cecil, or the president is evil and he needs to? So it's like
you're
no,
shifting
because
the goalpost.
if
These guys in this moment were committing a crime.
so
And
would this stop every
no. And
every
his
random
brother,
person
and his
by
brother,
killing them?
and his brother brought him along to go.
His
stop
brother
the
didn't bring
crime.
him along. Oh. He came by himself.
He came by himself. Okay, but his
Yeah.
brother was there. He was there to support his brother, and his brother was stopping the crime.
Mhm.
So from his perspective, these guys were committing a crime.
I
They needed to be stopped.
Nah.
For me, that's a key point.
Nah.
Friend. I see your perspective from where you are coming from because of you being a human being who
Yeah.
lives in the 21st century, who has this sort of values. Bottom line is, this guy doesn't have those values.
It doesn't.
Yeah, and that's enough for him to be very scared of this guy and
Yeah,
not
he
want
doesn't
him
have
around.
values.
Yeah.
And don't go too deep into all this moral relativism
Yeah.
and all that kind of BS, but this is an example of that.
Yes. Yeah.
His value system is not the same as ours.
No, so there's a difference between his value system is like that, and the fact that he has this value system that has a callous disregard for life, and then you now top
What
it up
disregard?
with
You can say disregard for life.
Let me put it like, he has
Callous-
like he has his value system that is different from mine, and
Correct.
then it's now manipulative on top of it. He would say and do anything to get away with it.
Yeah, but you know,
And
kids,
yes.
yeah, but
it's like-
Callous disregard
lie.
Kids,
disregard for life will be blowing through a train with 1,000 people to go stop one person and
This is
killing
the
those
same.
1,000.
This is the same person that will grow up to do that.
Don't spoil it. Let's get there. Yeah.
There's nobody.
There's no
Oh,
spoiler like that.
you're saying this is the attitude that will get there.
Yeah, but
No,
That
yeah,
gets
but
there.
this is but I agree.
don't know
but this
that.
is but I agree. But I would go so far as to say 90% of kids, if you don't train them, they grow up to be criminals. They grow up to be selfish,
Yes.
Yeah.
horrible people. But that's
Yeah.
why you tell them that look, you don't point at someone and laugh. You don't point. Don't point at people. So
Yeah.
he's still, that's what I'm saying. Like he's still a kid, and has he killed anyone that he doesn't deem as a bad guy or anyone that is like a good guy? Is like that guy annoyed me and I killed him. So I don't know. I see
don't
your point,
know.
but I'm like,
I mean, I get why, as a human being, you will react to how he's acting, and even the manipulation, what you call manipulation. To him, he might be like, "Oh, look at all these guys. These guys are not serious."
No, he's manipulating because he doesn't want arguments. Exactly. Exactly.
It's something like a human would do if you were to a different celebrity. It's what they would do to us. It's what people do to the.
It's what kids do. They will do it again
It's
and
what-
say sorry
so-
when you know it's not
yeah,
right.
exactly. It's what kids do.
But I said sorry. No.
Yeah, it's
But-
okay. I mean, I don't know how this is going to play out, and to be honest, I said it before. I've stopped trying to reread the book because
Yeah.
So I'm so tempted to go and refresh my memory.
Don't.
It's a lot of issues to refer.
Yeah, I mean, but let's go back to the main story actually.
Yeah.
And again, this goes back to my saying I don't know what happened in the comics anymore. But Titan, in the first appearance, the first episode he appeared, I kind of like the whole story arc. And it was almost like a wake-up call for Mark to stop being naive, how he's manipulated, and
Yeah.
and I think it was his first introduction to street level crime. I think that's correct. That was his first level to the and what goes on, and should he get involved with this? It's such a much.
It's his first introduction to above street level crime. So rather than punching criminals on the streets, what do you do when the level is a bit above that? Like to the bosses
Above or
and all of
below?
that. Above, not in terms of power level, but like above
Oh, right, okay,
the guys
okay.
you punch on
So,
the streets. Yeah.
I'm sorry, okay. I was looking at it from he normally gets involved in superhero fights, aliens, stuff like that.
Oh,
Disasters.
yeah.
This is the first time he's involved in like what I'll call
Community level.
white collar crime.
Yeah.
No, he
Drug.
had always been, he had always been punching this guy whenever they rob the banks.
Yes,
Like
yes.
that
Yeah,
randomly.
yeah,
But this is the first time to like, oh, okay, there's actually politics involved that playing here.
Organized crime. Yeah.
Organized crime, yeah. First
Yeah.
reference to organized
So-
crime, yeah.
I like that episode. Okay, fine. And now in the beginning of this episode, when this guy Titan came, I thought they would focus a lot about actually Titan has been better for the community. I mean,
Yeah.
they mentioned it briefly, but they don't seem to go back to it.
Oh, they do. When Invincible carries Titan back to the city, Titan
Yeah.
takes him on a walk and
Yeah,
explains,
I
see,
know.
the city is actually better
Yeah,
and all of that.
But it doesn't play anymore beyond that scene.
Okay.
I thought, okay, maybe when I say, I thought, at some point, Invincible going to have to make a choice that, Titan is a better criminal than, I don't know, say,
Machine
Machine
Head.
Head, or I can't remember the name of or Liu, was it?
Yeah. Liu.
Mr.
Yeah.
Liu.
Mr. Liu.
That's where I thought this was going. But it just seems to become, no, this is, there's this hierarchical battle between Titan and the Yoda. And even how it resolved, I felt a bit I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that Mr. Titan was allowed to have his autonomy of his own area. And then he said, knowing criminals who are no criminals. I don't know criminals. I know, but what people are never happy
With,
with stuff like that. If I'm the kingpin, I'm the kingpin. Why am I giving you autonomy? And especially when Titan kicks you, he's the one who basically almost put you in jail for. I don't know how long he was in jail for.
So that entire ending doesn't make sense because like what does Machine Head have on all the other crime bosses? We don't know the amount of influence he has on all the other crime bosses, and this is the guy that is just asserting power from prison. So giving a show of weakness to Titan to go and take his fiefdom out of a kingdom he just recently won, it's kind of bad politics. But again, it might be that he already has all the information on everybody, that he controls everybody already.
And a question, and this is my old man memory. In the first episode, we saw Titan.
Yeah,
He was working for Machine Head, right?
he was working for Machine Head. Yeah,
was it second in charge?
he was a grunt.
It was a, I think it was a
grunt.
cross. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think
fine.
it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that explains why he didn't know about the order. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a grunt. Yeah, so it was even Isotope that knows about the order and was telling him.
Right. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So let's see. And Mr. Liu survived at the end, so obviously that will come back to play.
Oh yeah,
in the future.
he survived in the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's episode 5. But like I said, it's a filler issue per se. It doesn't move the entire plot forward a lot. It moves a bit more of the romance aspect of Eva and Mark. They wanted to move out, but now they are staying and taking it slow. The Victorite plot is not being moved forward by this particular episode very much.
They didn't even touch
They
it.
didn't
Right?
go there at all. But yeah, we have 3 more episodes to go before the end of
Okay.
this season. But yeah,
Only. Okay.
yeah, just 3 more. Like I've been really enjoying this season so far, though. Regardless, I think this might be the weakest episode for me, but overall, this season has been solid.
I think my comment is I don't know where this season is going. Now I'm thinking to myself, is this season going to be Mark focused, or is it going to be the Battle Beast, Nolan and
Oh,
Alan.
both.
What's going to happen in the last 2 episodes? I guess
Last 3 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
Oh.
going to happen?
Are we going to
There's
see?
a-
We're going to see Battle Beast again.
I think I'm not sure, but I
we-
think there are a lot of stories they would want to cover before next season being with Viltrumite War, because we are slowly building up to the Viltrumite War eventually. So I think that might be the focus of next season. So this might be a lot more head-focused stories
So
for Mark.
three episodes. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but I have an idea what the finale is going to be based on the return of this guy. What's his name? Um, this villain from season 2. The
The
guy with
black
the
guy.
dimensions,
The
the black guy,
dimensions.
Angstrom. Something.
Angstrom. Yeah, I feel like they might want to bring that Angstrom story forward and use it as a finale for this particular season because there are already a lot of elements in place for that to happen. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, the romance between what's their name?
Mark and Eve.
No, I don't care about those two. The actual romance I care about
Oh,
is the one
Kate and
between Kate
Rex.
and no
Rex.
Rex. It's not. Yeah,
Rex.
Rex and Ray. Yeah.
I'm Ray, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's what's the sweetest romance happening on screen right now. Of all the couples, in this, that's like the nearest to normal. Yeah,
Can I tell what bugs me about this?
yeah.
Okay.
It's not that bugs me. It seems like this guy has dealt with all the girls, almost all the women in his team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been with all of them. Except the girl, the what's it called?
The monster girl.
Monster girl. Yeah.
Monster Girl, yeah. So,
And it's a
so if you
it's a spawn
remember,
that is with that one.
if you remember, he's supposed to be like actually very attractive,
Right.
Yeah.
which is why
I-
what's that guy's name? Robot was like took his DNA.
No, Robot took
To-
his DNA because Monster Girl was attracted to his body.
Yes. So
Yeah,
in a
it's
way,
very-
every single female.
Yeah.
So in a way,
Because
every
he's
single female in that team fancies this guy.
yeah, because forget he's an asshole, but
But that's the attraction, right?
he's like
Yeah.
a Gambit type
Well,
character in the
yeah.
Is that big head thing?
anything again.
Like big head.
It's kind of a personality where he's basically that fuck boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And he gets all,
exactly.
and the
he
nice
has
guys
a bad body.
overlooked.
You
Yeah.
can be like, yeah, this guy is.
It's the bad boy that once he shows his heart of gold like
He's
this.
a bad boy.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
All right,
that's
so what do you want to rate this one?
I'll give it over 5, 2.5. It's nothing special, it's just an average
Yeah.
episode.
For me, I'm going to go along with you but I'm not going to say 3. I'm going to give it like a 2.8 personally.
Yeah.
Gets a 3 from me.
That's
Yeah.
three. Okay.
Wait, what was that? A 3?
I said 3. Yeah. It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. I think it didn't feel it much, but it didn't drop. So
Yeah. Tex didn't watch this, I think.
I haven't seen it yet.
Got you.
No. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for them to pile up because I just
oh,
Yeah.
you've not seen it. Oh, okay.
no. I haven't.
Okay. So to end my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has
Yes.
finally wrapped up season 1
Yes.
for the last 2 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. Who has seen it here?
I've watched it.
I've
We've
seen
all
it.
watched it. We've all watched it except Jackpot.
No,
Yeah.
I've not watched it. So I'm like 4 or 5 episodes behind now.
Behind now.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really far behind. But
So is it
just
okay
over.
to spoil it for you?
Yeah.
Well,
There's no.
I was going to meet you guys, and I'll let you comment. Sorry?
It's okay to spoil it.
It's okay to spoil. It's fine.
It's okay. Okay, all right, fair enough.
We'll spoil it for you. Yeah. But what's this thing called? Overall, for the season score, what would you give it? Let's start from there first, before we go into details.
I know I waxed lyrical about this last week, and I think the week before. So I will say for now, Red, don't do your face like that. I will say for now, clearly, I am biased for this
This show?
series.
Yeah.
I'm biased towards it. Very, very much so. Very much. I am, because I'm watching it and I'm like, why am I happy when watching Creature Commandos was making me angry and there are similar enough elements in like the art style and the animation style. But in that not that they're similar in design, but like why am I looking at this one? And it's reminding me of like Steve Ditko, and it's like that's the kind of way I'm feeling towards the art. But that one was annoying me, and like why? Like I'm very for this. It gives me a good feeling. I like a teenage Peter Parker. I like the costume design. I like the voices. I like the character interactions. I like the character designs that they're and I like the whole concept that it is familiar but different. So it's the same. If I see the character, I can almost immediately say, "Oh, that's supposed to be that person," but it's different enough. I like that they brought some of my favorite characters, like Amadeus Cho, who I absolutely love, and they brought him. This is like maybe I don't know if I've ever seen him anywhere before in any cartoon or movie. So I like this series a lot. I like this series a lot. Season review, I'm giving it a 4, a very strong 4.
Strong 4.
A very
So
strong 4. I could
just
give it more.
to so the level of Salaye Kex gave is just to justify that score.
I agree.
Like that shows you how much he's trying to pad that score
Allow
point
me
to
to
get that
explain.
for.
Allow me to
No,
explain.
no, 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 it's fine. Before we
Allow
go
me
into
to
details,
introduce
yes.
myself.
Allow me to explain.
Okay.
There is nothing you can say.
I'm not saying anything.
I am watching the series. I'm watching the series and I'm smiling. And I'm like,
I'm not
I
saying
like this series so much,
anything.
Gary.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that, yeah, it's like this is not
Can
the
I
kind
say
of
this
four
one thing?
where I'm beating my chest and saying anybody that sees this show is a four.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
the
no,
kind
no,
of
no.
four that,
Because I
oh, I
recognize. No, no,
enjoyed it
no,
though. You
no,
might not
no.
like it though, but
Yes, exactly.
mm,
Because I
mm,
recognize that some things here were in Creature Commandos and I had an issue with it.
yeah,
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 I had a lot of issues with Creature Commandos. But
yeah.
yeah, I
So
like what I like. I
the
like
only
this.
difference is because you like the characters here. You like
I
the
like the characters, I like the
characterization.
characterization. I
Yeah,
liked that it was familiar but different. And I like
yeah.
that it's a Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Like,
So you didn't mind that it's still the same story of Spider-Man that we've seen 1,001 times that you were hitting in Creature Commandos.
can I
That's
be
fine.
completely honest? It doesn't
Yeah,
feel like the Spider-Man story that I've seen before.
seen 1,000. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
get into
and
those. We'll get into those details a bit, but I just
those
wanted to get high
details.
level score.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
4 for me.
What's your high level score of
Yeah,
the
give me more.
show overall?
Uh, I like the show. I like the show.
Yeah.
But high level 3.2.
3 points. Okay, that's fair. I'll be at 3.5 for the show overall as of the end of the season because it has a lot of flaws,
I'm
and
still
we'll
gonna
dig into
throw
them a
that.
bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna throw it out there. Like every black guy in that place just no get sense. I'd be like just every black guy
It's
start.
still,
What's wrong
it's
with
still there.
what?
It's still
Yeah,
there. It's still there. That thing is still there. It's still
yeah.
there.
Okay,
I had to
let's
give you that
continue.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's wrong with what's
yeah, let's continue.
which black guy? Wait. Who now? Who is Harry?
All the
What's wrong
black.
with Harry?
Look at across the
Is
board. There's no single positive black person in that show.
is Harry not positive?
For now, he's been for
Harry is
now.
positive. How?
He's a friend to this guy now.
For now. For now.
He's the voice in
I,
his ear. He's the
I,
guy
don't, I,
at the
don't,
table.
I think I might know why Ray doesn't think he's
But I need him to say it so that he will put himself out there fully with his full chest. Don't be saying something.
No.
And
Wait.
Hello,
saying what you mean and
You're
doing
talking
what
about.
you
You're
mean.
talking. He's talking about them. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Hello. Yeah. So no,
Talk out.
let's focus on the podcast. I've been back to the matter at hand. So yeah,
Yeah.
the last two episodes they wrap up
Mhm.
the season. Yeah. So it's basically, and this is my favorite bit. Like, if there's a scene that I will rank my favorite scene in this entire show, is Norman going to go and visit Octavius in prison after last week episode to go and gloat.
Because you
Like,
like gloating. Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
height. It is the height of petty hatred, where he goes to prison to explain, "I was the one that put you here. I'm going to take all your see all the inventions you didn't want to work for me with that will share the money together. Now I'm going to get everything for free,
That is childish.
and I'm going to profit off your hard work."
That is childish.
Like it's the most childish, it's the most childish thing ever. But it's so satisfying to watch. Like, and this thing is always so sweet when it's done to a cocky character that you know that
Yes.
you no matter how bad not you think man is, there's no doubt in your mind that Octavius deserves this kind of
No,
treatment.
there is nobody more deserving of it.
Of it. There's
Nobody
not nothing. So it makes it more sweeter. Like if I was doing someone like Peter in here, it would be vexing for Peter's sake that no, why are you putting Peter like this? But you're doing it to the scum of the earth character, and I'm like, yes,
Yes.
go for it. Milk it with everything. So yeah, that's my favorite scene of the entire show. Now
Yeah.
the main issue with this, the main plot of this show is the fact that the gang that Lonnie is
Yes.
part of, they tried to
Yes.
stop an hijack of
Content.
Oh,
of Octavius Tech
they tried to hijack.
they tried to
Mhm,
hijack the Oscorp Tech,
yeah.
and then they are stopped by the other gang coming up, and there's this big gang fight that I don't understand how gangs in New York they don't have gun, but it's okay.
No, they
I
came
mean,
with superpower. They came with superpowers now. So
no, they didn't come with superpowers. They didn't even come with
So
knives. Only one girl had
this guy
knives.
came. What's his
no,
guy's name?
she brought
Target.
Gagan came with his suit. I mean, all the other
yeah.
normal gang members, they
Yeah.
came with their face to fight. They did it the first time. This is the second time they're
They're
doing it
strict
again.
like that baseball. New York doesn't allow guns, so they use
New York doesn't allow.
baseball
Wait,
bats. Yeah,
New York doesn't allow guns.
no.
I think this is
I'm head canoning it for you.
this
I'm
is
just like,
no. I'm
I'm
like I think this is the kids show part of it that's coming out where
yeah.
Yeah,
I
It's
don't know
like
if
they,
I really go far enough to do a gang
but even
shall
even even
kind of
baseball bats or something.
no
These guys literally did not come with any weapons.
gang shooting is
they
just
thought
that.
it was
Gang
going to be
shooting is
easy.
that level of invincible animation that this isn't quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
No, I'm
think.
saying like not shooting, like even baseball bats. But these guys were doing fist fights all through. Only one person had weapons, and it was the girl. She had knives.
She had
Everybody else
knives.
was
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Everybody else was doing
Yeah,
fist
yeah,
fights, and I'm like, okay. It reminded
yeah.
me of Dark Knight Rises. That's the infamous scene in Dark Knight Rises, where the police were
The,
on one
the, court- yeah,
side
the
and the
courthouse,
yeah.
the courthouse,
citizens, yeah,
the
on
courthouse.
one side,
Yes,
yeah, the
yes.
courthouse, and you're like,
That was bad.
no,
That
this
was
doesn't make
bad. Yes.
sense.
Very
But yeah,
true. Very true. Very true.
yeah. So there's that. Lonnie gets into the what's it called?
Yeah, he goes
And
into the truck to try to find something quickly, and then a
he
canister
releases a
of
gas. Yeah,
keystone gas or whatever. Yes, which
yes.
empowers him
Yeah.
pretty
What do you
quickly.
guys think of the fight scene, the animation of Spider-Man versus Gagan and Lonnie coming in? Like, do you think
There
did
were
you
some
like it?
very, very nice shots that I liked where the
Yeah.
camera is moving with him when he's like web slinging and running on the wall. And there was
That
a
was
thing
good.
where the camera is looking from outside, like inside the building through the window,
Yeah.
and then it kind of smashes through. I was like, okay, this is some very intuitive use of like camera angles. So I thought it was nice. I thought it was fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I really like the felt like the animation itself was not as smooth as some other fight scenes we've seen. But like the camera work,
The camera
the
work was
pace
good. Yeah,
was really,
exactly.
really good. Yeah. Like it
I
was
can't
really
really
good.
say the animation was standout, to be honest. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, it was just
It's animation. It
that
wasn't
little bit
great.
of this. They just took it to
Yeah.
the next level. I haven't been
And if
too enthused about a lot of the fights.
yeah,
A lot
I'll
of
give yeah,
the
the fights a
like
lot.
Gargan versus Spider-Man, or even something popped in my head now. Like they've just been Spider-Man versus Speed Demon and Tarantula earlier. Even like
Yeah.
it's just
Oh yeah, that one.
the action is not the best.
It's not the
Yeah,
best,
it's
definitely.
subpar.
So
It's subpar.
yeah. So at the end of this episode, of this fight, is basically Spider-Man is at the point where he's about to kill Scorpion. And
Yes.
he's punching him
About to
heavily, and
stab him, and then I
he
just
ends up
stab
being
him.
stopped by Lonnie.
Yes.
So him and Lonnie both tag team.
Yeah, him
To
and Lonnie
defeat
tagged him to beat up
Yes.
Scorpion. At some
Mhm.
point, Scorpion thinks Spider-Man thinks Scorpion is dead, and then was almost about to kill Scorpion.
Lonnie.
And then Lonnie stops him and then
Yes.
gives him the oh yeah, this is not you speech, which is
Yeah.
interesting because it adds a new dimension to their relationship. going forward because Lonnie
Lonnie
has now
has
become the
he
full
has
head of the gang
and he has a
as
body
of this
count.
episode.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
has serious body count if we go by the
Yes.
comics. Him telling him not to kill.
yeah, exactly. So that gives a new dimension to their relationship, and the entire story of Lonnie ends with Lonnie slowly turning to Tombstone. We see his hands already
Yes.
killing
Yeah. The blue patches are appearing on his skin
his
patches are
skin
appearing on his
already.
hand. Yes. Yes. I mean, I don't like
Yeah,
Lonnie's whole fall from grace. I don't
you
like
don't
it.
like this. Is it that you don't like you think the arc was done badly, or you just don't like it for the character?
I don't
Both.
like it. I don't like it for the character.
Both. I don't like it for the
Okay.
character at all.
Yeah.
Because he seemed like a very stable, very level-headed kid at the beginning.
Okay.
Friends with people that are the nerds, a bit of a nerd himself, but a cool guy.
He was not a bit.
Really-
He was quite smart.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was
Yeah.
an all rounder. Was it
All rounder, star
Yeah.
quarterback or whatever.
Yeah, star
I had
player,
anything going for him,
star
fine babe.
students. Yeah, fine
He
babe.
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
arrogant.
I found this
His
arc-
brother was his younger brother was the asshole.
he was a jock, like
And-
pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
But not even a
is
bad
it
job. Right? He was like, sorry. Go on.
no? So this is my question now. We don't like it for the character. That's fine. But the arc itself is supposed to be. This is supposed to be the way you feel about it. You don't like that this good guy has become bad. Is it that you don't like the transformation
Dakwa was saying.
as
Dakwa was
well?
saying something. What was Dakwa going to say?
So no, what I was trying to say was, I just felt the arc was too quick and
So, yeah.
too little resistance to his new circumstances, and just seemed to fall in line, especially for someone who's very very smart as well. So I just found it a bit. I mean, we spoke about this previously. I don't
Yeah.
think I think in a bit of writing they might have missed a trick or two.
Yeah, they've
Maybe
truncated the
more-
story to
yeah,
fit
you
into
know.
like 10 episodes or whatever, and as
Yeah,
a side
yeah.
story. So they've missed some. I would say they've missed some beats. I don't know. Like maybe if he was maybe if he came from a single parent home and it was just his mom.
No, I think it's so. Yeah, what I'll say. I think we've seen. I know because I've seen good kids done bad when they had all the things going for, and you wonder, wait, you had fantastic breaking, and then you still went to go and join this thing willingly by yourself without any prompting. Like it happens. It happens a
It
lot.
does.
I think
It does.
yes. So I think the trick they missed in this particular show is showing us the moment where it becomes where that thing that makes him accepted by the gang or makes him feel the gang becomes his home. Because he goes from, oh, I'm replacing my brother to I'm now in the gang and I'm now giving up everything without us actually following him on that, like, oh, what's that mental switch there? But for me, I was able to just bridge it in my head that okay, yeah. Kids being kids.
And to make matters worse,
Yeah.
the gang leader was not like he was charismatic. It was not like he was filling some void. He was actually being an ass to him as well. So yeah, I think mate. So
yeah,
I don't
we are
know.
missing
That's
that
the game.
trick. Maybe we are missing that trick. That what made him
What
like
made it
that,
easier
like,
for him
to join. Yeah. Because like for most people, it's like, oh, acceptance of their peers. Oh, he's finding himself in a place where he feels more useful. But he had that in school already in his football club. He was popular in his football club. Yeah, so there's just a little bit of thing missing. And maybe that's the point of the story. But yeah, that's it for Lonnie.
He's fall from grace. Like he's such, and the thing is, he's such a charismatic, cool kid. So it's difficult to swallow.
Reconcile.
Exactly.
But I like the idea of this cool kid falling from grace to this kind of level because it makes it all the more tragic. Because if it was like you were describing, a kid from a broken home, all of that, it's like, oh yeah, we understand why we understand that it's a lot more understandable.
When I said broken home, sorry, I know it sounded weird. What I meant was when I said single parent was there's nobody available. I'm the one that has to take care of my younger brother. I'm the one that has to fix food for him.
I'm saying that
maybe it could be like maybe my dad left or my dad passed away. And
no, I get you. I'm saying that I'm saying that tragedy is a lot more. That tragedy is a lot more understandable. That we've seen it happen so many times before. But when it's something like this, it makes it hit home a lot harder. That this is actually a kid that has fallen,
Right.
and then
Yeah,
the
you see,
gap
okay.
makes it. Yeah,
It just hit harder for me. Just I was like, are you stupid? I keep thinking,
yeah.
are you a moron? But you're not a moron. You're meant to be a genius. What are you doing?
Kids are morons.
So and I hope I get this right. I think there's a character in The Wire who
Yeah.
is a smart kid, but his downfall was very well plotted, and you could see, and I felt for him.
So that one, there are kids
I
like
just think one morning he just said, "Oh yeah, I'm not a gangster. You,
so.
my brother.
Okay, I think I know
Are
what
you
you're
okay?"
talking
I just don't get
No,
it.
but that's the thing about kids. Like you see kids who are from well-to-do homes, who have everything going for them. They go to school, university in Nigeria, and they join cults out of I want to feel along. Like it's the same
Yeah,
level of
but
they are smart kids. They are
here's
smart
the
kids in
problem.
school and
No,
all of that. Yeah,
wait. Here's my biggest problem. He's not only
yeah,
smart. This guy was smart. He was self-confident. He
yeah,
He had everything.
sure.
He
yeah,
had everything
yeah,
going. There was
He
no.
was,
yeah.
he was
an
somebody.
all-rounder.
He was
It's
not somebody
difficult.
struggling for identity.
There was no void. There was no
Yeah.
void. There was no void to exploit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank
Loneliness.
you.
Oh, thank you.
so-
That's what. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
sorry. That's the
Thank
best
you.
phrase. There was no. He had no cheek in his armor, and also the armor's on the floor, and he's naked, and he's running
It's
in the woods.
yeah. It's at the end of the day, despite him looking well put together, he's still a kid.
No.
He's still like
Just
yeah,
say somebody's a kid does not necessarily mean they're going to go down a route. If you let all the kids, he'll be the
Yeah.
one you go, this guy in Naija will say, "What the guy he's got that,
yeah,
He's not. You know when people go to try and pick people to groom, he's
Yes.
the guy who will not go near.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
and this is my problem with maybe the way they showed it. Some people that are well put together like that, they are looking for the thrill of it, the adventure of it. It's not because of anything.
I agree, but they didn't show that.
They didn't show that. That one I said that they didn't show that thing that makes him switch.
And even when he was doing it, he was still reluctant. He was still reluctant. I mean, I'm not saying beyond episode 4.
Yeah,
But it was like this guy was bullying him, and it was almost like, okay, I have to do it. I'm missing, and then all of a sudden he's in the fight, and then I see this guy stabbing, and then tombstone. Oh God! Anyway, but also I think they almost did a too good a job of us making
Making us like him and seeing how
see here.
able
flawless.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
It's okay. It is what it is. We'll soon get to why black
Question.
people. Yeah,
I've not seen on this episode. Question.
yeah.
I know you can kind of mention that Lonnie powers up at some point.
Yeah, at the towards the end. Yeah.
Do we see any similar power ups for the other characters that we know? Any comics are okay.
Well, one more. We saw one more.
We see one more.
We see one more. We see finesse.
We saw finesse.
She already had powers, but we see finesse. Yes.
Okay.
We see finesse.
Finesse
Okay.
is- Yeah.
So
Then we
finesse
saw-
was apparently spying for Daredevil.
But what's her name? Calling her mom. We saw
Four.
a glimpse.
Four.
Thank you,
For
Red.
Daredevil. Then we
Yes.
also see
That's another one.
Nico.
Nico.
Nico actually
Yes.
already has powers all through the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that already.
Yeah, from the drive.
Yeah,
remember
I
when
thought-
she was driving, she used it, right? Yeah.
We thought it was
I thought-
unconscious,
I thought it was unconscious,
but it's actually conscious. It actually does
but
magic.
apparently she.
There was a
does.
scene where they showed, almost in the first episode or second episode, where somebody scanned. I think it was the one with Sauce Supreme.
That's the first
Yes.
episode.
Somebody scanned what?
They scanned, and Nico, there was something glowing in the center of her body.
Yeah, that's our necklace.
Yeah, but I made a comment that, and I thought, okay. Always because I knew she was Nico anyway. I
Yeah.
thought, fine.
Yeah,
Well,
so we always thought she had powers, but like
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
actually visibly casting a spell to speak with her mom.
Yeah.
and
Who's
so
that?
so, yeah, she was doing jazz,
Yes.
basically. So there's that.
For our listeners who are not from Nigeria, she was not good music. Jazz in Nigeria means voodoo.
Don't worry. It's Nigerian. This Nigerian slang. We don't have to translate it anymore.
Yeah. Then so episode 9 for me, is a perfect season finale for this show. Spider-Man stops himself from killing Scorpion. It tells Norman that they have this breakup conversation where, oh, it's like you told me this thing. I'm not sure I'm going to be working with you together. It's like it's in all these amicable mutual breakup kind of situations. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird. That conversation is weird. I don't know. How did you feel about that conversation where he's speaking with after he tells him that, oh, you told me about great
What
power and
about
great
what about the whole
responsibility.
what about the whole how the spider? You didn't talk about all that one.
So,
That's the
oh,
that's the finale.
that's the
episode
finale.
10.
That's the finale.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not about why episode 9 as a makes a great finale by itself.
Oh,
I-
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have
Yeah.
an issue with that conversation. I didn't really
Yeah.
feel odd about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was just me because something just struck me as odd in the conversation. But yeah, that's fine. Then we find out at the end of the episode that Norman is working on recreating the spiders that beat
So
Spider-Man.
when
So
Spider-Man was hurt during his first confrontation with Gargan, after
yeah,
Norman sends the glider to rescue him and he brings him back to Oscorp to be treated, he takes a
yeah,
sample of Spider-Man's blood and he's actually trying to recreate the he's putting it he's taking the splatter and he's having it injected into spiders to do something, to try to recreate the bites
yeah. Or
of
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yes.
Yeah.
And then interestingly in episode 10, how do we say
It's
this?
it's a paradox, basically. The opening
Yes.
time, the
Yes.
final battle of episode 10 ends up with
Yes.
Doctor Strange going back in time with the spider.
So that spider that bit him
Yeah.
is also the
Yes.
spider that he created.
Yes.
Yeah.
That. Yes. The
Correct.
look.
Yes.
The look. Yes.
Yes,
So
correct.
that's yeah.
Correct.
Yes, that's
Correct.
it's going to
Yeah,
annoy that to no end
That's a
because
problem.
that
That's
creates
problem.
this kind
That's
of paradox.
problematic. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Doctor Who? What's it?
It's that kind of paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Stable of Spider-Man created the spider that created Spider-Man.
That's
Yeah.
why that should not exist in the MCU because of how they define their own time travel.
No. So it's Doctor Strange time travel, not their own time travel. You know, Doctor Strange can rewind time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, that's
That's why you should watch it to see how the paradox was created.
Paradox work. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
It's a stupid paradox. So
It
basically,
is pointless. Yeah.
but even the build up to the paradox is stupid. Oscorp got these 4 geniuses to work on separate parts of what leads up to an invention of a lifetime space travel, interdimensional
To a gateway.
portals.
So he's building
To a gateway.
he's building a Stargate, basically, is what he's building. So
Yeah.
he's giving each
Peter
one of
is
them
working on
each one
a
of them.
project.
Nuclear reactor.
He gave each one of them projects, separate
Let me get
projects to the way they do, like when they're building like when Lockheed is building something, or like when they're building like a top secret project.
Yeah.
This you
Except it's this 4
compartmentalize.
things.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
You work on this, you work on this, and then there's only one person that knows
Let me
everything.
get this right. Norman
What?
Osborn,
Yeah.
on one side, that's this project where you got these teams working individually, but
Yes.
it's
Smart
a one
things, yeah.
aim,
Mhm.
and that project is time travel.
No, Stargate.
No, Stargate.
Stargate,
Interdimensional.
It's also got a biological.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He has different departments. He's a big man.
Yes,
He's big.
he's
But
very normal.
the unbelievable part of it.
No, to me, this has always been a bugbear of mine. It's not a comic thing only. It's where these people have too many eggs in too many height. In real life, a lot of people specialize.
It happens. No,
it happens in real life. Google is the best example of this.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah, it happens. It happens that.
No, forget Elon Musk. Google.
No, forget Elon Musk. Yeah, go on. Give me an example.
Google. They have so many scattered moonshot projects. One, they are doing electric cars. They are doing biological seeds. Yeah,
Tell me somebody who's working on Stargate and also working in.
I'm saying it's not. No, it's not like normally this show is not the scientist.
Sitting down to do it now.
One company.
Possible.
How would all these mega companies are working on massively different projects?
What usually happens is
measure one.
You mistakenly discover something.
Google.
Yeah.
Google is doing Stargate and
Alphabet, for example. I'm saying that
Google is doing IT related stuff.
That one.
What are the different fields?
this thing that you're saying, it happens now. It happens.
That was
Okay, I'm not even arguing. Give me an example. Where's
No,
we're
because
talking-
I don't know. No,
yeah, go on. We're
because
talking core
genuinely,
physics.
can I
Yeah, you're going. You're going.
I'm almost certain that Amazon does this.
Amazon's
almost
another good
certain.
example. Yeah. Amazon's
I'm
another
almost
good example.
I
Yeah.
was on research arm that I know, and I might be wrong. It's this
No.
one.
Yeah, but the thing is
What
that
are they
they do so much that
So,
I'm telling you now.
so like, I was talking about
check
Google.
Disney now. You
I
will
was
see
talking
some
about
quite
Google.
funny things that.
Let me list out, like, Google is working in agriculture, sustainable
Yeah,
agriculture. They're working
sorry.
in drug creation. They are working
Sorry.
in robotics. They're working
No.
in automatic
They do.
automatic driving. Like, they have different business lines that are not
Because what
related
they do,
together.
they'll buy a small company that is making
Yeah.
advances in something, and they'll be like, "We're just buying that one, and we'll just see what happens." So okay, moving on.
Yeah.
So what I find completely unbelievable, and I hated this, was that the 4 kids he had, Asher, Amadeus, Peter, and
Finesse.
is it Gene?
Yeah, Jane Foucault. Finesse.
They are the ones that he's basically saying that, okay, you are my star pupils. These are projects that, I mean, why is Peter being shown this? Why is Dr. Connors not the one that is like the resident genius? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, these are kids.
It's weird that these are kids in high school.
You don't
Peter
expose
is the
them to
one
that level of.
discovering.
They're
No, and they're supposed to be,
interns.
and they're supposed to be
With
genius
less than
enough
1 year
to.
experience in your.
No, they're
They are the
super
ones that-
smart now.
They're super smart.
They will be super smart grown-ups. that
Prodigy.
So see, it's not even that they're kept.
team
The
leads.
worst part is that they are super smart. They are the ones actually doing the invention. It's Peter's
Yes.
equation that leads them to figure out how to make what's this thing called? How's the word for it? Fusion energy, or renewable energy that is completely stable, a perpetual motion energy machine. So it's Peter's calculation that does that. It's Amadeus' calculation that leads them to figure out how to do aspect of the batteries. It's Asher's manipulation that leads them how to figure out how to figure out the star map and everything to direction.
Astrology and
So
stuff.
it's as if like
I don't like
they
it at all.
gathered these 4 kids and they're the ones inventing all of this. Yeah,
it was.
That was the most ridiculous part of it.
It felt childish. Like, come on, this is not how
Calm down.
accelerators work now. As in, calm down now. Okay.
It's like putting 4 teenage Tony Starks. They get 4 Tony Starks together, teenage Tony Starks, and they're inventing repulsors and things like
But
that.
even
So
if they invent it, they don't bring them like, this is what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to have you guys invent this, and then I've had my engineers put it all together. This is the future. I was like, this. It was cheesy. It was cheesy.
It was cheesy, but it's part of the issues with this last episode. So it's like,
I do like it.
There's that. Then basically, and then this is where the episode gets very stupid. So he brings them together in the room and says, and these kids are like, oh, but this could be dangerous. And it's like, no, we're going to test it now, right this very minute. Open the Stargate to any random location. And you're like, wait,
the people that built it actually,
yeah, they testing to. This is the first time that all the technologies have been put together.
Okay, everybody that can die, everybody that has the brain, come inside this room. Let's test this thing.
Yeah, and then you're opening a Stargate portal.
Well, that's a very common comic book.
It's a common trope.
Yeah,
like
it's a trope.
It has always been stupid, and it's like with the characterization of Norman we've seen so far, you'd expect a bit more sense because it's like he just collects all the idiot balls he has been avoiding all season and wears everything all at once in this episode because he turns on the Stargate machine. Doctor Strange comes and says, "Guys, pause this thing. It's dangerous." And he goes, "No, we are going to prove you wrong. This is safe for us. Do it now." He's not telling you to stop completely. He doesn't say, "I'm going to destroy this map." And he's saying, "Pause. This is dangerous." And it's like, "Nope, I'm doing it right this very moment." It's like it must be done.
Was there any pressure on him to do this?
No.
Yeah, we don't know about his government contracts. We don't know whether the military. We don't know anything. It was just he wanted to just use strong head.
It was stronger and it was vexing for superheroes that, oh, you guys are hiding all this power away from us. I'm going to bring the power to the masses.
Superheroes have been created by this kind of foolishness.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
No,
Yeah.
I would have almost preferred and I know this is going against what I said before about what I liked about Norman. I'd have almost preferred he had a master plan of a malevolence, almost like, okay, I know there's power in that place, like there's some forms of energy, and I want to manipulate it for myself. So let's do it like this. Than this bumbling, such a stupid.
I would have preferred they've come, oh, we've scanned this place already. It's going to give us limitless resources. We're going to bring maybe this asteroid from the moon,
I think
and we are bringing it to Earth.
It's still stupid.
It's like, no, it's stupid. But yeah, it happens. They fight. This
they
how
find
the
it.
monster.
They open it up to like a planet of symbiotes or like a symbiote
Space.
Yes.
When the parasite comes in.
That's when the symbiote came in that was fighting with Dr. Strange.
We saw in the first episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dr. Strange showed up and told him to stop.
Yeah.
And of course.
And Norman was like, no, I'm not stopping. Like that was very stupid.
Wait. Was I asked a question in the first episode about where that Dr. Strange was our Doctor Strange for that?
Yes.
It did. Yes. Is this what it is?
It's our Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason why he said, "Where am I?" Oh, when he arrives is because he'd had the conversation.
With Peter,
they'd asked him in the present.
I don't think they thought about that through. They didn't think that through.
They didn't think a lot of this through. Like this whole time.
They think a lot of it through.
They genuinely should have left it out, and Peter should have been bitten by a spider from another dimension. But okay, anyway.
But yeah, that's fine.
Spider-Man and Strange do a team up. They beat the symbiote.
Yeah.
They destroy the gates, but a fragment of the symbiote gets cut off when the gate closes.
So
so we have a piece of symbiote in the lab.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, basically,
Norman found it.
Norman finds it. Yes.
Yeah.
So
and then all the kids say they're not working for Norman.
Except
Norman is facing. Except Amadeus here.
Who gets a promotion? And his own office.
And his own office. Yeah. But Harry decides to start his own company, and the rest of them try to go and join Harry instead. And it's called Web.
Yes.
Which is apparently a
Web.
park ride. Yes. Which is apparently a theme park ride in Disneyland. So
I didn't know this.
Yeah. So I thought it was like Web Warriors kind of name. That was my initial thought, but it's apparently a theme park land.
Okay. That didn't even occur to me. Nice one.
Yeah. So there's that.
It's an abbreviation. I don't know what. I can't remember what it stands for.
It's Worldwide Engineering Brigade.
Oh, nice one. Nice. Yes, an acronym. Yeah. And there were some names that were on the list.
Yeah.
People that he sent the email to, and I'm trying to remember. Max Dillon was there.
Max Dillon was there. Yeah. A bunch of other different some cameos there like that, yeah.
Yeah. There were a few other people from there. And I was like, okay, cool.
We'll see how it goes.
And then at the very end,
this is the thing that brings the showdown.
Aunt May goes to a
what was that about? Oh, someone explained that to me.
Yes, to visit someone. Anyway, the person she goes to visit is Richard Parker, who is Peter's dad. So Peter's dad is in prison.
Shouldn't have spoiled that for that one.
No, we spoiled it for him.
Fair enough.
You want to spoil? Yeah. And that's like if there's anything that spoils this entire show for me, it's that episode. That's like
I was hoping. Honestly, I was hoping it was Ben.
I know. I would be pissed if it was Ben.
Remember that I said I don't think Ben is dead.
Yeah, you had said that before.
Yes, I thought it was. I first thought it was Ben. And I was really getting very annoyed that the one positive male influence in this guy's life, you throw him in prison.
No, I would have liked it, Gary. But when they keep going, Just
There's
wait.
okay.
I've
I
always
believe.
hated Richard Parker in every incarnation he has
Thank
been
you, thank you.
in
That's
Marvel
exactly
It's
your
Universe.
point.
it's not needed. It's
It's
I
never
don't
been.
Like
There's never
it
been.
has never been good.
yeah.
It never. Not even once.
Whether it's a CIA agent or
CIA
is a
secret
clone of
agent, yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah.
or is
Yeah.
a former scientist it has always been bad.
I think the secret
So
agent one was the most
was the most
compelling. Even that,
egregious, yeah.
yeah, but
But
Yeah,
this one,
true.
where it's a deadbeat father in jail, and it even makes me worse by comparison. Like you guys are refusing to tell the son that the guy your father is alive and in jail. All right, I don't know where they are going with this particular storyline, but I
So
wish
I don't think Peter knows, right?
Peter definitely doesn't know.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
no,
like
he doesn't know. Yeah, because it was like,
it
how's
doesn't
my
sound like
son?
it doesn't
Yeah,
sound like yeah. Tell me about my
so
son.
I don't like it at all.
I don't mind it. I don't because the thing is, I like the blank slate element of this series. Like, okay, anything can happen. Okay, and I watch it like that. Like, okay, anything can happen. So, yeah, we'll see.
We'll
We'll see.
see.
I suppose.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll end a bit up because they've handled some things well, even though not as well as
Mm.
expected. Things like Lonnie. I didn't like Lonnie was going to be Tombstone, but they handled the character well enough. And they've not made any egregious offense in characterization, except for this last episode with Norman and the rest of them.
Mm.
But yeah, overall, it's a
Yep.
good watch. Like it's a very novel take on Spider-Man. As much as
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
claim this thing, like this is the kind of differences we want in our stories. Like it's a fresh update to existing lore. It makes a lot of very bold changes, and yeah, it's good.
Very, very bold, but not so. What I mean by not so different is Peter is
Not,
not an asshole.
not crazy. Yeah, not crazy.
Yeah. Doctor Octopus is not
Oh,
An
a
angel.
you know
oh, let me put it like this: it doesn't change the character itself. It doesn't change the
yeah,
core of what the character
yeah,
is, but it
yeah.
changes a lot around them. So it's
Yes.
not like, oh, I'm going to make Wally West a mass murdering serial killer
Yes.
that
No,
DC
Yes.
was
does
alright.
sometimes. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom King.
So it's not making a Tom King change. This is made by people that
Yeah.
actually love you. They actually love the
Yeah,
character and
you can
understand
tell.
the character. Yeah.
So true.
But they're trying to
So true.
make some nice changes to make the story fresh.
So true. So true. Okay. Okay, cool. Red, did you give it a season score?
I said 3 points. What did I give it? I said 3.2 or 3.
Okay, Tunde, did you
Yeah,
give
I
it?
gave it a 3.5, but I'll drop to
Okay.
3.4 as I remembered Richard Parker. Yeah,
Okay,
and
cool.
you gave it
So
a 4.
yeah. I just enjoy even the music. I just enjoy it. And he's now
Yeah.
wearing his red and blue costume. And one thing I like
Yeah.
is at the start of the episode, if the costume's changed,
It
the
changes as
opening
well.
montage, yeah, the costume is different in the opening montage as well. So
Mhm.
I was like, okay, that is just a nice little bit
Nice
of
touch.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice touch, yeah. Okay, I think that's what we've got for this week, right, guys?
Yeah, but I have one small rant to make.
Rattle.
Animation should go back to animation of old. I don't know why with the level of technology we are getting now, animation is getting worse. When we like in the 80s, in 90s, the quality of details in those animations, the quality of motion, not okay, maybe not motion, but the details of the drawing, the details in the facial expression and all of that, it was I know people almost killed themselves working on it. But we are now at an age where technology should make these things better. But we are getting worse and worse drawings. Like I'm not seeing any high level artwork in my animations again. I'm just saying I don't know what's going on. But yeah.
Could it be that we're so woke, so kind, so caring that we don't want to put these long hours on them anymore, and hence it's something for it. I mean, I'm just spitballing. Could it be that?
Yeah. I honestly don't know. Because yeah.
I'm thinking about what you said.
I'm trying. I don't know what that just said. I don't understand it. Can you explain? I'm trying to see
Okay.
how. Yeah.
In a roundabout manner, I was just
Yeah.
trying to say, have we got so kind now that we're no longer doing basically, whipping them to get these things out on time at a high quality?
Okay.
We're
Okay.
saying, oh no,
You're talking about the artists
the
now, not
animators and stuff like
the
that. Yeah,
animators.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just said that off the top of my head, but because today's right, we seem to see a drop in quality yet the tech's improving, and the shows that are giving us a top quality seem to take longer
Yeah.
to drop. So it seems it's a human issue. You know, it can't be technology issue. I don't know how much effort
goes into making these
versus how much the technology can take the workload off that person and make it faster. Because if I look at Arcane and I look at the Spider-Verse, those are the two examples I have.
What's the other one?
Spider-Verse and Arcane.
Okay, Spider-Verse. Okay.
They seem to be brilliant.
Yeah, but I think they take years to do them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It goes back to the point. They're not being rushed.
What part in that process should technology have improved versus why is it taking longer than it used to do? Is it because you're basically giving them better working conditions? So people do 40-hour weeks rather than 100-hour weeks.
Even when I compare, forget the Arcanes and the distance of this world, even the olden cartoons that we watch normally,
Like which ones?
the Cowboy Bebop, for example, Cowboy, yeah.
When you say those ones, that's anime. So don't use anime. Japanese, the way Japanese do their thing.
Okay, even the old Disney,
they sit down and draw.
Yeah, even the old Disney cartoons.
Okay, like which
even
ones?
The old Disney cartoons.
I'm not trying to
Treasure, the Treasure Planet, the Mulan.
Yeah, those are movies.
Those are
no,
movies.
Mulan the movie. Oh yeah, those are movies.
Yeah, those are movies, and I think they're
movies.
But the series that American.
I'm trying to think of series.
I'm trying to think.
Okay, Batman and what's this thing called? The Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond, but that was
Batman Beyond, Batman animated series. Those were really because of the storytelling and because of the voice work. I don't think.
No, Batman Beyond animation was good.
It was good, but
it was okay.
Compare Batman Beyond animation to My Adventures with Superman, for example.
It was okay.
I would pick the animation of Batman Beyond.
It was okay. I've watched. It was okay.
So now I'm starting to see kind of, because to me, I do agree with you. That Batman was, to me, in my view, is better than this. But I think the effort level is the same thing.
Which is not saying a lot. We're talking 20 years. We're talking 20 years later. If it's still the same thing, then there's a problem.
No. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is the effort level to produce those two. I don't think there's. I think one style is just better. I think it's just a style that looks better. I don't think they're getting worse. They're just in My Adventures Superman. They're just a different style.
Okay, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying. I think it's just style is different, but I don't think it's getting better.
It's just a style. It's what it's making out. I don't like this style.
It's not getting worse.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's not getting worse. But okay. Maybe I'm fine. I have a lot of fun memories for the
nostalgia and romanticizing.
Yeah. I agree with you. I prefer those ones. I've
rewatched the whole Batman thing again, all the seasons, like maybe in the last 6 months, and the animation leaves a lot to be desired. But again, the storytelling and the storytelling, there's a bit of nostalgia there, and then the voice acting is really, really. Andrew Romano was killing it. Absolutely, so that is a very strong part of it. The animation definitely hasn't gotten worse.
It hasn't gotten better. Or it's just different. Because we're watching Spectacular Spider-Man and what's this thing called?
So when you say it hasn't got better, are you picking certain examples? Because I could pick an example where I say, there's the obvious example of what was mentioned.
Yeah, those are 200 million movie budgets now. Invincible,
that's not good. Movies are.
Arcane is a movie budget.
But Arcane,
the amount of money they spent on it.
But it's still better. But my question is, it's not better. So they can't get better. Some people, there might be some deliberate choices. Oh, there's a lot of content. I'm not going to waste too much money on this animation. It might not go anywhere. If you look at Pantheon, what's your view on Pantheon, the animation? Let me know your view on that first of all.
It's like Invincible. It's very, very. It's
basic.
identical to Invincible. Identical, in my opinion, in terms of animation. But
I
again,
feel that, and I agree with you totally. That it's serviceable, and then after you watch it after a while, because of the story is so good, you almost started liking the show, and then you feel you like the animation. But when you look at the animation in isolation, there's nothing super fantastic about it.
No, it's nothing spectacular. You're like, okay, this is a good one. Sorry to interrupt you. This is a good one. Blue Eye Samurai.
Okay, yes. So for me, if I take Pantheon on one side, I take Arcane on the other side.
Yes.
Blue Eye Samurai is in the middle somewhere. Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. It is somewhere in the middle. Yeah. It's not really amazing, superlatively amazing in terms of the animation. But it's definitely
okay. So I remember one that just got Avatar.
Avatar is good. Avatar is very good.
Last Airbender, like
Nickelodeon. Avatar is very good.
Avatar Last Airbender was how many years ago? Over almost 15 years ago. And the quality is still better than what we are getting now.
I don't watch that show.
You should watch it. It's very good.
You should watch it.
Is it anime?
Animation, yes.
No, it's animation. It's not anime.
It's on
It's not anime?
Prime Video. It's not anime.
It's not anime.
The characters are Asian. The characters are Asian, but it's not anime.
Who made it?
It's Nickelodeon that made it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's also
that's a good one. That's a very good one.
That's a good. Like there's all.
I love. Okay, there's another one I want to mention, but again now as I'm trying to mention it, I'm not sure if it's just not nostalgia because I like the show, or what. And what's it called? Justice League.
Unlimited.
No, not Unlimited. Is it Unlimited? Ultimate.
No, there are two Justice League. There was Justice League where there were the big seven, and then there were like,
In my memory, that's awesome.
Oh, awesome!
But now I'm not sure. Awesome. Was I enjoying the show? Was the anime actually that great, or was it just the fact that it was a great storyline?
It was a step up from Batman. It was a step up from
Batman.
I'm not sure. So it was.
I will need to go and rewatch those things again, but I think that quality of animation in Justice League, in Teen Titans, are better than what we are getting now.
Do you know one that is good? Sorry, I know we're doing on and on. Young Justice is good.
Young Justice is 2010s. It's very good.
Okay, 2010. Maybe that's why. Young Justice is good. Young Justice is good.
So
I don't know. I think they just look at it as, is it a long-term project? Like
because even DC. Let me even use movies for DC. DC animated movies. They're Superman vs. Doomsday versus Superman Man of Tomorrow that came out now. The quality has dropped. Like Superman vs. Doomsday, like you could feel the fight. Like I still remember vividly the fight scenes there. Versus this very plastic, basic looking animation that we are seeing like in the newer animated TV show movies. And I'm like, what's that one?
100% agree. I just thought DC got cheaper and cheaper every time they release a version of that.
Okay. I think that's fair enough, but that's just my main rant as to this because it bugs me a lot with all of this. But
okay,
so and to be honest, we should mention a friend of the podcast. She sort this out. This is his if you listen, Sheyi, we want to see you to do great things. Bring us back to great animation.
Carry your big head and don't be talking nonsense.
Exactly.
But let me shout out some African animations. Like we watched Iwaju last year. We've seen the trailer for Iyano coming out this year. And I like this. This is a good starting point. And we've seen like Kizoto. Kizoto. I've forgotten the pronunciation. But they've been like 3-4 animations from Africa that and we are seeing increasing quality in all of them. So looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Once Iyano drops, like Iyano, the character is so precocious. We've reviewed the book on the podcast already. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to that animation when it comes out. But okay, so that's basically it for me for today.
All right, thank you all for listening. This is Naija's Geeking Out. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And see you next week. Today.
Yeah. Bye, guys. See you next week.
That all.
Thanks for listening once again, and we'll see you later.
Okay, so Red's dropped off, but yep, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Okay.